homestand as they welcome the Portland Sea Dogs, a AA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox, to town for a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday extravaganza here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Of course, there'll be fireworks tonight and Mega Blast fireworks tomorrow, and a giveaway on Saturday for an Alec Boehm t-shirt. Plenty of action for a short series between a team in Portland who is off to a great start in the second half. They are at 10-2. Reading with a nice little surge right before the break for the All-Star game when Reading won 4 of 5 in Somerset. So the Fightins come in now at 5-6 and in the middle of things right now in the Northeast standings in the Eastern League. Alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. So you're a little bit up to date on where things are record-wise, but Jake, the biggest news of the day isn't what's happening at Reading, but who left Reading, and that is Johan Rojas, who got the call up today that each and every player who gets a chance to play in the professional baseball dreams of, and that is a call up to the big leagues. Johan Rojas is now a Philadelphia Philly.
Yeah, how about that? Johan Rojas gets the call up to the Philadelphia Phillies. Huge congratulations to Rojas, and it's super well deserved because he's still really young too. He's 22 years old, but he's been in the system since 2018. And the big thing with Rojas always was, defensively he is there. Defensively he has what it takes to play at the major league level. I've always been in the boat that you put him in center field right now in the MLB, he will be the best defensive center fielder across Major League Baseball, or at least one of the best. But it was always going to be the bat. And the bat this year has come around for Rojas because he has the speed. We know he can get on base via his wheels. We know he can steal bases once on. But the big thing was always, could he drive the gap? Could he hit the ball for power? And that he has done this year. 9 home runs, 20 doubles, 5 triples. That comes out to 34 extra base hits. And I think a lot of the credit also has to go to Tyler Henson, who I feel like I haven't had a chance to talk to Tyler since we've come back from the All-Star break. But I'm sure if anybody is feeling the most proud of Johan Rojas, I think it is him, because those two have worked tirelessly on his swing and on getting him to a point where his bat is ready for the major league level. And it's super awesome to see that the Phillies believe that the bat is ready and they give him this opportunity.
Yeah, we go back to the game that we got a chance to call in Lakewood, New Jersey, at the home of the Jersey Shore Blue Claws. And Johan Rojas, batting in the leadoff spot at the beginning of the season, had a really big swing. You could see that he was swinging for the fences very much. Again, it was only an exhibition game at that point in time. That did carry over a little bit, but that was the conversation that Tyler Henson has had with us about getting Johan Rojas to realize that, look, hit the ball on line drives, hit the ball in the gaps, the home runs will come, and all of that has come into fruition, and Johan Rojas has learned to become a professional hitter. He's not just now a defensive guy who, if he could hit, could be an asset. He's a guy who can be an asset on both sides. Again, I keep coming back to this conversation. We had an opportunity to talk to Brandon Duckworth, who was a former Reading Fightin' Phil, but also now is a scout for the New York Yankees. He was here with us on a pregame show, and he dropped a name that, if you know Major League Baseball defensively in center field, he compared him to Kevin Kierworth, who is one of the best center fielders in all of Major League Baseball. Thought that Johan Rojas was as good as that in terms of a center field at this point in time, that he could definitely play in the major leagues in center field. He's going to get that opportunity hopefully this weekend. He will not be in the lineup tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies, but the Phillies have a doubleheader tomorrow against San Diego, and probably with some left-handed pitchers due for the Padres. Johan Rojas is probably going to get a start at least in one of those 2 games tomorrow in Philadelphia. So we wish him nothing but the best. But now for this team, it becomes, now they've got to replace a guy who leads them in total hits, leads them in runs scored, leads them in doubles, leads them in RBIs, leads them in stolen bases, in addition to what he does in center field. So now they've got to replace that in their lineup moving forward.
Yeah, and that's the big question mark moving forward, is how do they find a way to replace Rojas, which, and quite frankly, it's pretty impossible to do that specifically, but if you can find a way to somewhat replace the production, that's great. And obviously the big question becomes defensively, because not only is Johan Rojas an elite defensive center fielder, but he made those around him better in the outfield. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see what they do in center field. Carlos De La Cruz gets a start there tonight, and after that, maybe we'll see Matthew Kroon some in center, maybe Madison Stokes, Ethan Wilson get some chances out there. We'll see. It'll be interesting. I think it's going to be more of a center field by committee, though.
Right, and then on the batting order side of things, I think this is really interesting, because Al Padrique had to literally call Philadelphia to get the approval to move Johan Rojas from the leadoff spot to the 3-hole early on in the season, and Rojas took off from that spot. It allowed him to become a more aggressive hitter, and Johan Rojas is an aggressive hitter. He wasn't trying to take pitches, which is what you want a leadoff guy to do. So in the last couple of weeks, prior to the break of the All-Star game, Matthew Kroon had kind of settled into the leadoff spot and had done a tremendous job. He's now among the league leaders in hitting at 320. So guess who's the new three-hole hitter tonight in the Phil's lineup? And I think it's a great spot for him. Matthew Kroon now becomes that 3-hole hitter that Johan Rojas had occupied.
Yeah, and I think it's a good spot for him because we saw Kroon in that leadoff spot. We saw Nick Podkol in that leadoff spot. We'll hit on Podkol in a moment here, but no, I mean, I think Kroon's good for the spot. I'm also happy to see Madison Stokes back in that leadoff spot because Stokes was, struggling a little bit heading into the break, but he can consistently get at bats every day back at the top of the lineup. I think he'll turn things around because that's a spot that, you saw he was comfortable in earlier on in the year.
And then let's turn our attention to pitching. By the way, tonight it'll be left-handed pitcher David Parkinson who will get the ball for the Phils, and for Portland it'll be right-handed pitcher Sterling Sharp, not the former Green Bay Packer, but the right-handed pitcher for the Portland Sea Dogs will get the start tonight. Pitching-wise for the Phils, obviously there's a lot of people, fan-wise, who want to know the story of Mick Abel and how soon is it going to be Mick Abel who gets that opportunity. Well, Mick Abel did get a great opportunity. He got a chance to not only be and select in the Major League Futures game, but got the chance to start national television, major exposure, and he rose to the challenge. He pitched the first inning. He pitched great. He gave up a single to Marcelo Meyer, who happens to be in the lineup tonight for Portland, but he struck out two. Again, the spotlight on him, that's a great sign for Mick Abel to respond when that kind of spotlight gets shined upon him.
Yeah, and it was really cool to see. I had a chance to talk to Mick for a while today about the experience, and he was, just super grateful. He described it as it was a great time to get a chance to represent the National League as one of the most highly regarded prospects across all of minor league baseball, and to get the start. And he jokingly goes, I even got the win. He's like, I saw after the game I got the win, and I was like, I only pitched an inning, but I guess in those All-Star games it's a little different. But no, super excited for Mick. Great opportunity for him. Not slated to start this weekend, so probably we'll see Mick again in Altoona next week. Not sure which night, but I'm excited for the opportunity for him as he kind of just continues to go ahead and continue to get better.
And so now we turn our attention to opportunity-wise for this team, the Reading Phils. We said it at the break that this is a new start for them, the second half of the season. Everybody was excited inside the clubhouse for the opportunity to show that they were a better team than they were. They come out of the gate, lose 5 out of 6 to Richmond, and then they go to Somerset, the team that won the first half title, and they did a tremendous job against the Patriots. They took 4 out of 5. The last game was stopped by rain in the 9th inning, so that game will be made up actually here later on in August. But a tremendous bounce back by the Fightin' Phils in that series in Somerset when you thought, oh, okay, here they go again. They're going to off to the bad start with the series against Richmond. That's a great comeback against Somerset, and now another test against Portland.
And the difference has been, and the identity's kind of changed a little bit the last week. Earlier on it was this team that tried to out-hit teams. Now, the bats are still there. They're averaging 4 or 5 runs a game, but the pitching's been a lot better. And I think the bullpen, too. Last week at Somerset, across the 6 games, a 1.35 ERA. And there's been a lot of additions to the bullpen, too. Carlos Francisco, Orion Kirkering, who I'm very excited to see here in Baseball Town. Zach Hockey was out of the bullpen, but he'll start on Sunday. Dominic Pipkin, a experienced veteran, out of the bullpen. And then a lot of guys who have just gotten better. Brett Schultz, Andrew Schultz, really a lot better. Braden Zarbniski's been consistent all year. Tyler McKay, who is no longer with the team now of AAA Lehigh Valley. So I think a mix of some new blood brought in, but also guys who have just taken it upon themselves to improve and get better. And it's really been cool to see because we know how much that group struggled a bit earlier on the year, and to see them having success they're having now, it's really great to see.
And they're going to be tested this weekend by some interesting prospects in the Red Sox organization against Portland, the AA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. Marcelo Meyer, as we mentioned, one of the top prospects, not only the Red Sox top prospects, one of the top prospects in all of baseball. He's their shortstop. Their his counterpart at second base, Nick York, also one of their top prospects. They just called up Blaze Jordan, who's going to play first base tonight, also one of the top 10 prospects. There's some really good players. If you're a Boston Red Sox fan, you want to see some of what might be the future for the Red Sox, you're going to see them right here in Baseball Town this weekend. Again, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, here in Reading. The Reading Fightin' Phils, the Portland Sea Dogs, We're going to take a timeout. We come back on the Reading Fightin Phillies Radio Network. We'll come back with starting lineups and first pitch. Reading and Portland coming your way next. International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phillies. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phillies.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Phillies Fiesta Friday partner.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action out of the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome FirstEnergy Stadium, the site. Baseball back in baseball town as the Reading Fightin Phillies begin a 3-game homestand, welcoming the Portland Sea Dogs to town. The Sea Dogs, the AA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox, off to a fast start in the second half of the season. They are at 10-2. Reading is at 5-6. In their series in Somerset, winning 4 out of 5 games in that series. And as a result of that, they are sitting at 5-6 in the middle of things in the Northeast Conference standings in the Eastern League, in which Portland right now occupies first place. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First and foremost, alongside my broadcast partner Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. The Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Sea Dogs tonight. Pablo Reyes, who's on a rehabilitation assignment from the Red Sox, is leading off tonight. He'll be in center field for Portland. Nick York bats second. He's at second. Marcelo Meyer is batting third, and at shortstop, Chase Mydroth is batting cleanup, and he's at third base. Nathan Hickey bats fifth, and is at catcher. Blaze Jordan, just called up from Greenville, the high A affiliate of the Red Sox. He is batting at sixth and is at first base. Matthew Lugo is the designated hitter tonight. He's batting seventh. Philip Sykes bats eighth and is in right field. And Tyler McDonough bats ninth and is in left field. And that lineup will be facing left-handed pitcher for the Fightins, David Parkinson.
David Parkinson gets the start tonight for the Fightin Phillies. It's his 14th appearance this year for the Fightin Phillies. He is 3-4 with a 5.32 earned run average, 64 and a third innings pitched, 72 hits allowed, 27 walks, 66 strikeouts, and opponents are hitting .281 against him.
Our EPAW weather forecast for tonight is 87 degrees. It's a hot, humid night. Here it is, of course, the middle of July. Why wouldn't it be? Wind blowing at about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Right now blowing out to left center field. And the first pitch from David Parkinson is a swing and a miss from Pablo Reyes. Again, played 27 games for the Red Sox before going on the disabled list. And was hitting at .303 in Boston. 0-1 pitch to him is up and away, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reyes, in his third organization in Major League Baseball, played for the Pirates, played for the Brewers, and now playing for the Red Sox. 1-1 pitch to him is just a bit low with the breaking ball from Parkinson, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Parkinson making his third start against the Sea Dogs in this season, 0-2. And this one fouled at the plate.
He's given up 5 runs in 10 2/3 innings. Remarkable number of strikeouts. Parkinson, not a big strikeout pitcher, but he's done that against Portland. He's got 17 strikeouts and just 3 walks in those 10 2/3 innings. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now to Pablo Reyes. Parkinson take a little longer this time to deliver the pitch, and the ball slipped out of his fingers, tried to break off the curveball. It squirted out of his grip, and now the count is full. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Parkinson continues to do it against the Sea Dogs as he strikes out the first batter he faces in the top of the first inning.
Like you talked about, Parkinson, a season-high 9 punch-outs. Last time he saw Portland back on June the 23rd. It's his 3rd appearance against Portland this year. He's 0-2. Has given up 5 earned runs and 11 hits across 10 2/3. Now 11 innings of work.
So that will bring up Nick York, another one of the top prospects in the Red Sox organization, a number 3 prospect, in fact, in the Red Sox organization before this season began. He, like the player behind him, Marcelo Meyer, and Mick Abel, were all part of the Major League Baseball Futures game in Seattle last Saturday as York fouls this one out of play. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike to York, who's hitting at .275 on the season. 9 home runs, 38 RBIs. Boston really liking the combination of Meyer and York, a second base and shortstop combination. Boston hopes for a number of years. York, just 21 years of age, takes this one, a breaking ball over for a called strike, and it's 1-2. York's 21, Meyer is just 20. 1-2 pitch coming from David Parkinson. And that one's outside for a ball, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. York taken in the first round by the Red Sox in the 2020 draft. Drafted out of high school. He was the number 17 pick overall in that 2020 draft out of Arch-Mitty High School in California. Swing and a miss, and back-to-back strikeouts for Parkinson here to start the first inning.
It's been really good sequencing by David Parkinson early on in this ball game. Good mix of fastballs, good mix of mixing in the off-speed stuff, and he's kept the first 2 hitters in this lineup off kilt. And talked about Nick York's a really good hitter. Here's another one who's going to be a challenge in Marcelo Meyer.
The number 1 prospect for the Red Sox, one of the top prospects in all of minor league baseball. Called up to Portland at the end of May from Greenville. In 35 games in Greenville, the high A affiliate, he was hitting at .290. Hasn't really turned it on in terms of the batting average so far at Portland, hitting it at .196. 0-1 pitch, fouled straight back as the left-handed hitter Marcelo Meyer facing the left-handed pitching David Parkinson, who's jumped out ahead of him. No balls and 2 strikes.
Let's see if Parkinson can efficiently get a out here without, dancing around too much. Obviously, you want to work the corners, work the edges a little bit, but at 13 pitches now, you'd love for a quick, efficient first inning under 15 pitches.
No balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss as he gets him to chase the slider out of the strike zone. And David Parkinson strikes out the side for Portland in the first. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to Baseball Town. The Fightin' Phils to the plate for the first time tonight.
Gear up for Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dogs gear, plus throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phils Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are made.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. The Fightin Phil's starting lineup presented by Golden Oaks. Madison Stokes back in the leadoff spot for Reading. Carlos De La Cruz will bat second. Matthew Kroon now in the 3-hole. Oliver Dunn will bat cleanup. Jalen Ortiz bats fifth. Ethan Wilson will bat sixth. KT Martin bats seventh. Baron Radcliffe in the 8th spot, and Max McDowell will bat ninth. They are facing right-handed pitcher for Portland, Sterling Sharp. And Sharp starts Madison Stokes with a first pitch over for a called strike one.
11th start of the season for Sterling Sharp. He's 2-1, a 4.59 ERA for Portland.
Stokes drives this one to center field. Pablo Reyes is breaking back, and he will not get there as it one hops off the fence. And Madison Stokes will roll into second base with his 17th double of the season.
Great piece of hitting by Madison Stokes. We talked a little bit about on the pregame show. He's been struggling a bit lately, but the hope is getting him a chance back into that leadoff spot where he became so comfortable with early on in the season to kind of help spark things again for him. And he gets a fastball out over the plate, and he unloads on one and crushes it to center for Stokes, his 17th double of the year.
To emphasize what Jake is talking about, Stokes 2 for 16 on that road trip to Somerset and 9 strikeouts in those 16 plate appearances. That'll bring up Carlos De La Cruz, and the first pitch to De La Cruz is low for a ball. De La Cruz at 288 on the season, team high of 16 home runs and 42 RBIs as well to go along with those 16 home runs on the season. 1-0 pitch, packed through the middle, and it will find its way into center field. Madison Stokes is getting waved around, and he will score as Carlos De La Cruz drives home Madison Stokes. Back-to-back hits for the Phils. They lead at 1-0.
Well, they waste no time getting the Sterling Sharp, and that's one thing that De La Cruz is starting to do a lot better than before. He's not afraid to, stay on top of the baseball, hit it on the ground, hit line drives back towards the middle, and that's a pure example of it right there because, when you're getting on top of the baseball, the home runs will kind of take care of itself from there.
So he's now at first base. There's still nobody out for Matthew Kroon. Today's our Phil's team leader, brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, is Matthew Kroon. .320 batting average. Back in the lineup now after being on a disabled list for the last couple of games. Was spent 7 days on the disabled list after his collision with De La Cruz in the outfield. Matthew Kroon, today's Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, our Phil team leader. As he takes this one over for a called strike, you can contact Johanna Arias at 484-554-9969 or email her at johanna.arias@myccmortgage.com. 1 ball, 1 strike to Matthew Kroon, who's also got 4 home runs and 37 RBIs on the season. And this one's low for a ball. It's 2-1. If you missed our pregame show and you missed the news, Johan Rojas is no longer a member of the Reading Phillies. He's a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. Was called up this morning and is right now at Citizens Bank Park with the Phils playing the San Diego Padres. So congratulations to Johan Rojas for his ticket to the show today. As Kroon taps one foul on the third baseline, Al Padrique will chase down and turn it into a souvenir. 2-2 to Matthew Kroon.
An awesome promotion and very well deserved for Johan Rojas. He's had a terrific season for the R Phils, and it's great to see him rewarded with the chance with the big club.
Sharp takes a look back at De La Cruz, comes with his pitch that's way low, and it's now a full count to Kroon. You kind of knew it was going to come soon with Johan Rojas, with the numbers he was putting up. Tremendous all-around season. Obviously, defensively, he's as good as you're going to find. And if the bat was going to be solid as it has been all year long, eventually the call was going to come. It comes this morning, and hopefully he'll get his chance to make his Phillies debut over the course of this homestand. Phils will be playing a doubleheader tomorrow against San Diego, and then finishing up the series on Sunday against the Padres. As Kroon fouls one out of play, and the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Matthew Kroon. Run in, runner on first, and nobody out here in the bottom of the first for the Fightins. 3-2 pitch, low, ball 4, and the Phils put their 3rd straight batter on board with still nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
No, an excellent job by Redding to get the Sharp early, who's coming off a start where it didn't look great 9 days ago against Binghamton, suffered a loss, went 4 1/3, allowed 11 hits, 7 earned runs, just 4 strikeouts. So a bit shaky last outing, so the Phillies probably saw that and figured, let's get on him right away.
So that'll bring up Oliver Dunn. Dunn back in a cleanup spot tonight. 43 RBIs in the season as he stands in. 262 batting average. The first pitch from Sharp is way outside. Sharp, tall and thin, 6'3" and 180 pounds. He is 28 years of age. He was originally drafted by the Washington Nationals back in 2016. 1-0 pitch, off-speed pitch, and Oliver Dunn swings over the top of it to make it count 1 ball and 1 strike.
But Sharp was good against Redding in his previous 2 starts this year, which came all the way back in April. 12 innings combined, 1-0, and allowed just 1 earned run.
Red Sox signed him last year after the Nationals waived him in August. This one fouled out of play down the third baseline, so now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Oliver Dunn. Fastball for Sharp is high 80s to low 90s, which is where he's been so far. 91, the fastest on the radar gun so far here in this first inning. Change and a slider to go along with it. 1-2 to Dunn. Misses low again. So he tries to get that slider over for a called strike and misses. So now it's 2-2.
Sharp also has had 3 separate stints to the injured list this year. All, pretty subsequently sequenced too. Was on, would come off, go back on. So, he's battling with some stuff too.
This one over on the outside corner. Oliver Dunn does not agree with the call, but he is the first out here in this first inning on the strikeout.
Yeah, Oliver Dunn not very happy with that call from home plate umpire Pete Chalkington for the first out of the inning. So flip it over to Jalen Ortiz now.
Ortiz at 194 with his time here in Reading. Did have a little bit better performance in the series at Somerset with a bat. He had 4 hits in that series and drove in 4 runs. Now with 10 RBIs on the season as he stands in, with 2 on and 1 out. A run across for the Phils as Ortiz fouls went off at the plate. Jalen, an imposing threat as he stands in from that right-handed spot. 6'3" and 215 pounds. And not sure when the weigh-in was, but it was a while ago because he's a lot bigger than 215 pounds. As he fists this one into shallow left field, Tyler McDonough will get over and make the catch, and everybody's got to stay put. 2 down now here in the first.
Yeah, got bit in on the fist, Jalen Ortiz there, and just hung up a little bit too much. Usually a pitch like that, that's that softly off the bat, you hope, maybe you could drop in front of the outfielders for a hit, but nice job by McDonough to converge and make that catch.
So he's in left. Pablo Reyes is in center. Philip Sykes is in right. Plays Jordan is at first. Nick York, Marcelo Meyer, the second base and shortstop combination for Portland. Chase Mydroth is at third with Nathan Hickey behind the plate. And now Ethan Wilson will step in for the Fightins with still 2 on and now 2 out. Run across for Reading. Here in the bottom of the first, and the first pitch from Sharp to Ethan Wilson is over for a called strike 1. Wilson now at 275 as he stands in and fouls this one down the first baseline. Al Padrique, the manager for the Fightin' Phils, coaching in the third base box. Ray Ricker coaching in the first base box for Reading. Coach Ricker didn't even flinch as that ball went by him. So that's 1 for the bullpen. So quickly ahead of Ethan Wilson, no balls and 2 strikes as Sharp tries to work himself out of any further jam here in this first inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as Wilson is fooled on the breaking ball, and that will do it for the Phils. But they do put a run across. They do it on 2 hits, and they leave 2. 1 complete in baseball town. It's Reading 1, Portland nothing.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's Classic Ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania, located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring. The Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course, where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information. We head to the second. The Phils on top 1-0. David Parkinson, pretty good first inning for the lefty as he struck out the side. Chase Mydruth will lead off for Portland here in the second. And the first pitch from Parkinson is a bit outside for a ball. Mydruth, another in the young infield for Portland. He is the number 19 prospect and just 21 years of age. Talked about Nick York. We talked about Marcelo Meyer. And before this inning is over, we'll talk about the newest addition, and that's Blaze Jordan, who's at first base. All of them 20, 21 years of age and bright prospects in the Red Sox organization. 1-1 pitch coming from Parkinson, and this one is tapped foul and out of play. So Parkinson quickly ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nathan Hickey in the on-deck circle to be followed by Blaze Jordan as Parkinson misses way outside. Second time a pitch has kind of squirted out of the hands of David Parkinson on a hot, humid night here in baseball town. Again, wind is blowing out to left center field tonight. 2-2 pitch. Line down the right field line, but slicing foul and into the Phils bullpen.
Yeah, Mydruth just threw the hands and barrel at that one and hit it well down the right field line, but just sliced a little bit foul.
Mydruth, a Torrance, California native who played his college baseball at San Diego University of San Diego. 2-2 pitch is fisted into center field. Carlos De La Cruz has to take about 2 steps to his right, and he'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the second.
You know, I looked up on that fly ball in the center field, and it was like something looks a little different.
Something looks different out there.
De La Cruz has played center field a few times this year, but you know, you get so used to watching Johan Rojas out there every night, and it's definitely an adjustment on having him out there. But like we said, this team's got a lot of guys who I think can fill that center field gap and do it pretty well.
That'll bring up Nathan Hickey. Left-hand hitting catcher stands in, facing the left-handed pitching Parkinson. He lifts the first pitch up in the infield. Matthew Kroon, the third baseman, will drift towards the line and make the catch. And 1 pitch for the second out here in the second inning for David Parkinson.
I like that because, yes, he had the 3 strikeouts, but with strikeouts comes a lot of times a good amount of pitches, too, and especially when you're going through battles. So, you know, a night like this where it looks like Parkinson is starting to really settle in and get locked in, to get a couple of 1-2 pitch outs, pretty good, up to 21 pitches so far.
Rest of the defense as Parkinson delivers the pitch now to Jordan, who's making his Portland debut tonight, just called up from High A Greenville. Ethan Wilson is in left. We just mentioned that De La Cruz is in center. Baron Radcliffe is in right. Jalen Ortiz at first. Oliver Dunn at second. Casey Martin is at short. Matthew Kroon, who just caught that infield pop-up, is at third. And Max McDowell back behind the plate for the Fightins as Parkinson misses the first 2 pitches to Blaze Jordan. 2 balls and no strikes now to the young first baseman. And that one misses just a bit low, it would appear. It's 3-0 to Jordan.
Yeah, Parkinson looking at home plate umpire Pete Talkington and saying, where did that miss? And it looks like Talkington said a little bit down.
And that one catches the outside corner with the fastball. It's now 3 balls and a strike. Jordan, drafted by the Red Sox also in 2020. He was a 3rd-round pick out of high school at DeSoto Central High School in Mississippi. 3-1 pitch is way outside, and Blaze Jordan in his first double-A at bat draws a walk. first base runner for the Sea Dogs. 2 outs here in the first, and I'll bring up Matthew Lugo. The other thing about the outfield right now, with what's in there right now, with De La Cruz in center, Radcliffe in right, Ethan Wilson in left, that's a pretty big outfield. I mean, I'm talking north-south. Ethan Wilson at 6 foot and 210 pounds. He's solidly built, is the runt of the litter with De La Cruz and Radcliffe out there. Radcliffe is 6'4" and about 225 plus pounds.
For a pretty good football team with that outfield.
Football, basketball, whichever one you want to go with, but they could all, they are some big dudes out there. Pitch to the plate, the off-speed pitch, and Lugo is way out in front of it. Matthew Lugo, the designated hitter for the Sea Dogs, hitting at 244 as he stands in, and Parkinson starts him with a slider that Lugo misses. Jordan takes his lead off of first, not a threat to go anywhere. He was actually taking a step back towards first against the left-handed pitching Parkinson, who misses with a pitch outside. Now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And misses again. Now it's 2-1. Lugo, another of the top prospects on this Sea Dog team, number 13 prospect. He's only 22 years of age, a second-round draft pick of Boston back in 2019. And that one's up high. And he's a native of Puerto Rico, and he graduated from the Carlos Beltran Baseball Academy in Puerto Rico, and he is the former Houston Astros nephew, Carlos Beltran, that is. He's Beltran's nephew as he swings and misses at that pitch, and now Parkinson's got the count even at 3-2 or not. Looks like they're calling a balk on Parkinson as Blaze Jordan is now being awarded second base.
Well, there'll be much of a contestation by our Phil's side of things.
So that also waves off the pitch that was a strike, so now it's back to a 3 balls and 1 strike count to Matthew Lugo with a runner at second base. This one lifted into left center field. De La Cruz will call for it, and he'll make the catch shy of the warning track, and that'll do it for Portland in the second. No runs for the Sea Dogs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. After 1.5, it remains Reading 1, Portland nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide.
It is a Fiesta Friday here at the ballpark, brought to you by Savage Auto Group, and the Phils playing as Los Luchadores with their black uniforms and the gold trim. Crazy hot dog vendor making it feel like a fiesta as he's doing his thing in between innings. The Phils to the plate here in the second. They lead a 1-0, and it will be Casey Martin who leads it off for Reading. Martin had a good series against Somerset. He was 6 for 22, including his second home run in a Reading uniform. Hitting at 232 as he stands in. He lifts this one fouled down the first baseline. Blaze Jordan in foul territory will make the catch, and that's out number 1 here in the second.
Yeah, the hot dog vendor. Some rust, 11 days off between games, All-Star break in there. The first show to us, it looked like it was good, but a little bit too much vertical on it. It ended up actually getting a piece of the stanchion. If it doesn't hit the stanchion, I don't know if it gets here, but it's definitely close, and then they tried again, and that throw didn't even get over the net, which that net's maybe 15 feet high, so the fact he couldn't get over that, oh man, Crazy Hot Dog Vendor's got some work to do.
Yeah, that was form-based. He did not set his feet and release properly, and he was denied by the net. Baron Radcliffe now bats for the Phils. The big left-hander stands in, facing Sterling Sharp, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Radcliffe, who's hitting at .235 on the season. This one driven into right center field. Back and say goodbye. Baron Radcliffe rattles one off the top of the Redners Event Center, and the Fightin' Phils now lead it 2-0.
Finally, it felt like that one has been brewing for a while, and you know Baron Radcliffe just needed that one. His first home run since coming off the injury list, last hit a home run exactly 3 months ago today on April the 14th. And it's his third of the year, and man, that one was crushed off the Stratix system signs on the event center in right field. And, whew, man, that one, it's got to feel good for Baron Radcliffe to barrel one up and get it out.
So that'll bring up Max McDowell, who had a good series against Somerset as well. He was 3 for 7 in the series, and the first pitch, McDowell's over for a called strike. Yeah, we had an opportunity to talk with Baron Radcliffe in the last homestand in the Richmond series, and about his return here to Baseball Town, how happy he is to be back here, and how much he's looking forward to playing in this ballpark as McDowell pops one up in the infield, and Blaze Jordan again will catch his second infield pop-up of this inning for out number 2. But we thought that Baron Radcliffe could have a big season here in Baseball Town with that short porch out in left center field. It's an inviting target for a man with his power, and he rattled one off of the event center right there to make it 2-0 Phils. And that flips the batting order around to Madison Stokes, who got the Phils started in the first with a double to straightaway center field. Came around to score the first run of the game. 2-0 Fightins. 2 outs here in the second inning. And the first pitch to Stokes is low for a ball. And the second is outside, ball 2. That's the 8th home run surrendered by Sterling Sharp. And to our knowledge, no relation to the former Green Bay Packer wide receiver Sterling Sharp. And now we're going to get a little conversation. Got a ball thrown to Sterling Sharp. He threw it to the Phils dugout. Pete Talkington gave him a second ball, and he threw that one into the dugout. And now Pete Talkington is going to hand deliver the next baseball, and I would imagine he won't just give him a baseball, but he may say, like, you got a problem with the baseballs?
Yeah.
This was an Aaron Nola situation a couple weeks ago, where Nola eventually admitted later on that he was just trying to stall with the pitch clock. Don't know why Sharp would be trying to do that necessarily at this point in time, but it is now 2 balls and no strikes to Madison Stokes. This one back through the middle, backhanded behind the bag by Nick York, the second baseman, will make the play for the out. Well played by the second baseman, Nick York, to retire Madison Stokes and the Phils in the second. But not before Reading puts up another run on one hit. The big bomb by Baron Radcliffe that makes it now a 2-0 game when we come back to fight to Baseball Town after this.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro and Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crackle.
We head to the top half of the third inning, presented to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living, not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, just outside the city of Lebanon. Phil's 2, Sea Dogs nothing, as Portland comes to the plate here in the top of the third. Philip Sykes, Tyler McDonough, and Pablo Reyes due up for Portland, facing left-handed pitcher David Parkinson, who has struck out 3 and walked 1 so far through 2 innings. And the first pitch to Philip Sykes is over for a called strike. Sykes at 227 as he stands in. Excellent speed on the base pass. He has stolen 34 bases for Portland so far. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2, as Parkinson quickly works ahead. Just to give you a frame of reference, Johan Rojas, as we said earlier, had just called up to Philadelphia, led Reading in stolen bases with 30. So Sykes is at 34 on the season, but hitting at just 227. 13 doubles and a couple of triples. No balls and 2 strikes to him. Tried to check his swing, but he went around. Good pitch. The breaking ball by Parkinson ties up Philip Sykes. And that'll be strikeout number 4 for Parkinson and out number 1 here in the third. We gave you those numbers at the beginning of this game for David Parkinson against Portland. Again, he's 0-2 against the Sea Dogs, but he struck out 17 in 10 2/3 innings in the 2 games he's faced against Portland. He's got 4 strikeouts already in this one, with 1 out here in the third, as Tyler McDonough now will bat. And he swings and fouls the first pitch off. So Parkinson, not necessarily a strikeout pitcher per se, but he has been against Portland for whatever reason, and he's ahead of McDonough, no balls and a strike. And making no balls and 2 strikes as McDonough whistles one foul down towards the first base grandstand, which is full of spectators, as is the third base grandstand. Side a lot of group is pretty full. The right field pool deck is pretty full. The main grandstand begins to fill up. Another Friday night of fireworks here at the ballpark. This one is up high for a ball. Phil's back here tomorrow night. Mega Blast fireworks tomorrow night. Phil's and Sea Dogs, 7 o'clock start time. And then Sunday, of course, is a 5:10 start time. All fans coming in will receive an Alec Bohm photo t-shirt as McDonough tries to check his swing, and they say he did not go around. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the 9-hole hitter Tyler McDonough. Again, Sunday's game here against Portland is a 5:10 start. 2 balls and 2 strikes to McDonough. Up and in for ball 3. Top of the order, and Pablo Reyes in the on-deck circle for Portland. Phil's with a single run in the first, another in the second. This one driven into left center field. Ethan Wilson with a long run. He will not get there as it bounces off the wall. De La Cruz will field it on the carom. And Tyler McDonough has Portland's first hit, allowed a double off the left center field wall. And he is aboard with 2 outs, with 1 out here in this third inning. McDonough's 10th double of the season. And as I mentioned, that'll bring up the top of the order, and Pablo Reyes, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. Reyes again on a injury rehab assignment from Boston with the Red Sox for 27 games at the beginning of the season before suffering the injury and working his way back. First pitch to him is over for a called strike with a breaking ball. McDonough takes his lead off of second. Phil's play Reyes pretty much straight away. McDonough takes off, Reyes swings and fouls it away, and McDonough has to put on the brakes as this one ends up in the right field grandstands. And it's no balls and 2 strikes now to Pablo Reyes. Parkinson from the stretch delivers. Just misses outside. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Try to get him to chase that slider, and Reyes lays off. David Parkinson, the 27-year-old lefty, delivers. This one fisted down the right field line and falling fast and will find green grass. McDonough read it well, and he will get waved around and come across to score. A little Texas League base hit for Pablo Reyes, but it finds green grass, and it gets the Sea Dogs on the scoreboard. It's 2-1, Reading now on top.
Yeah, that's the nature of baseball there. 63 off the bat, shot straight up in the air, but just finds itself to a soft spot on the defense right down that line, and the run scores. So Parkinson has got to shake it, try and roll a ground ball here.
Now to bring up Nick York, who he too was a strikeout victim his first time up, as Reyes takes his lead off of first. And York fouls that one off his foot. So an RBI single for Pablo Reyes to make it a 2-1 game. 1 out here in the 3rd inning. This one late swing at the fastball up high, and it's now quickly no balls and 2 strikes to York. Scouts love the way York handles the bat. Doesn't have a whole lot of speed and not a great arm, which is why they figure his future is at second base. Takes this one outside for a ball. Last year at Greenville, in 80 games, hit just .231, but with 11 home runs and 45 RBIs. But this year, much better consistency with the bat at .275 and 9 home runs. This one fisted straight away into shallow center field, and a long run and a nice catch by Oliver Dunn to make the grab for out number 2.
Oliver Dunn, a good defensive back in football. Quick turn, good first step back, and races it down in the outfield. It was once again kind of in that no man's land between De La Cruz in center and Dunn at second, and Dunn makes an excellent play for the second out of the inning.
And not to beat a dead horse, but this is an adjustment that the infielder is going to have to make, because under normal circumstances for the last few weeks of this season, Johan Rojas would have made that catch without a problem, but he's not here and he's not in center field. So the infielders are going to have to make that adjustment and sometimes have to make that longer run and make that catch, and Dunn did it to perfection for the second out. As Marcelo Meyer now bats, and Parkinson starts the lefty with a curveball that Meyer swings through. And this time he fouls it just off the end of his bat, and he's quickly ahead of Marcelo Meyer, no balls and 2 strikes.
51 pitches for Parkinson. Once again, see if he can get this put-away pitch here and get out of this inning. Pitch count hovering right around 50.
Pablo Reyes, the runner at first, 2 down, run in for the Sea Dogs. No balls and 2 strikes to Marcelo Meyer. This one beats it foul towards the front facing of the Savage 61 dugout suite, and Meyer stays alive. Meyer had a base hit in the Major League Baseball Futures game against Mick Abel. The only hit that Abel surrendered in these 1 inning of work in the top of the 1st inning. This one tapped towards Oliver Dunn, slow roller. The Dunn will make the play easily to first to Jalen Ortiz for the 3rd out for Portland in the 3rd. 1 run. They did it on 2 hits, and they leave 1. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. When we come back to Baseball Town, it's now Reading 2, Portland 1.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care, how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
Carlos De La Cruz will lead it off for the Reading Fightin' Phils as they face the Portland Sea Dogs, bottom half of the third inning, alongside Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCoy. You're listening to the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network, and maybe as well joining us in on MILB TV or Bally Live, watching the Reading Fightin' Phils and the Portland Sea Dogs. Reading on top 2-1 as De La Cruz stands in. RBI single the first time up for Carlos De La Cruz, working against right-handed pitcher Sterling Sharp for the Sea Dogs. 28-year-old righty starts him with a ball 1 and then brings him to his knees on the breaking ball. De La Cruz ends up down on one knee, swinging and missing. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. De La Cruz with his 43rd RBI of the season, the first time up. Checks his swing here and holds up. It's 2 balls and a strike. Pete Talkington, as we mentioned, is our home plate umpire tonight. Jae-Young Kim is at first. Paul Romer is at third base in our Eastern League umpiring crew for this 3-game series. As De La Cruz fouls this one straight back. 2-2 now to Carlos. 288 batting average when this series began. He had 2 home runs on the road trip to Somerset to give his total now at 16 on the year. This one towards third. Mydrith will make the play to his left. Wide throw. Blake Jordan comes off the bag and tags out De La Cruz for the out. Out number 1 here in the third.
Nice job by Jordan, able to get off the bag, make the play, and quickly flip back and get a tag on De La Cruz. He tried to get out of the way, but there's a lot of De La Cruz there, so a big target for Jordan to get a tag down on, and he's able to get the glove on De La Cruz for out number 1.
Yeah, that's a lot of leg to shoot for if you're trying to tag out Carlos De La Cruz as Matthew Kroon stands in. Kroon walked his first time up, and the first pitch to him is over for a called strike with a fastball. Sharp last year made 13 starts in Rochester, which is AAA for the Washington Nationals. As we said, he was with Washington up and through August of last year and then was put on waivers and then claimed by the Red Sox. Ended up finishing up the season with Portland last year, pitched 7 games last year with the Sea Dogs. Making his 11th start of the 2023 season tonight as Kroon slaps this one on the left side in the hole. Marcelo Meyer, the shortstop, with an accurate throw from deep in the hole for out number 2 here in the third.
Really smooth play by Marcelo Meyer at short. Now you know why people are so high on Meyer's defensive abilities there. Made that one pretty tough play, look routine. Quick glide of the backhand and then quick set and strong throw across.
Big time arm, very good with the glove. Question will be whether he will eventually maybe have to move to third base or not as he grows, as Oliver Dunn slices this one towards left field, and it's over the head and off the wall. Tyler McDonough will field it on a hop, but Oliver Dunn will rumble his way in to second base with a double. Second double of the night for the Fightins, third extra base hit. Oliver Dunn, a 2-out base runner here in the third.
16th double of the year, 28th extra base hit for Oliver Dunn, who's quietly had himself a very, very nice season. Gets on base at a very high rate, and a little 2-out action there. See if maybe Ortiz can find some green grass here.
Jalen Ortiz flew out to left field his first time up. As Dunn takes his lead off of second with 2 outs here in the third inning. This one at the letters for a called strike to Ortiz. Jalen, 24 years of age. Signed by the Phils for a big bonus back in 2015 from the Dominican Republic. No balls and a strike. Stands with a very open stance, and he fists this one in the infield. Blaze Jordan will need some help, and he bobbled it. And everybody's safe all around. Oliver Dunn moves up to third base. As Jordan picked it up, when he went to make the toss, he simply dropped the baseball.
So it's an error on the first baseman, Jordan. His first game with AA Portland, so his first error of the season in AA at least. And now get some extra life here.
Ethan Wilson will try to cash it in. Wilson was strikeout victim his first time up. Ethan had a great series against Somerset, 10 for 21 in that series. Now at 11 home runs and 41 RBIs as he stands in, with runners at first and third and 2 down here in the third. Time called at the plate by Ethan Wilson. Al Padrique now has the luxury of essentially going left-handed bat, right-handed bat from the 3-hole all the way down through the 9-hole now, with Kroon as a right-handed hitter. He's got Dunn at the 4 spot batting left-handed. He's got Wilson in the 6 spot batting left-handed, and Radcliffe in the 8 spot batting left-handed. So he can go right, left with the bats from 3 through 9 in tonight's lineup. 1 ball and no strikes to Ethan Wilson. Fouls this one. I don't know if that hit his foot, if it hit his leg, or hit something of Ethan Wilson. He's going to take a walk around the batter's box as he's in a 1-1 count right now. Looks like it got him in the right shin, his front foot, front leg.
Yeah, something on that lower right side for Ethan Wilson.
Ethan's one tough dude. He was struggled to get in the lineup earlier in the season with a foot injury, but once he got in it, he has not left it. 1-1. Off-speed pitch, and he just gets a piece of it with the end of his bat, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wilson. Ethan has manned both the left field and right field corner outfield spots here in Reading, and he's done a very good job defensively in both spots. 1-2 as he stands in. This one lifted into shallow right field. Philip Sykes, the right fielder, will drift in. He'll make the catch for the 3rd out. And the Fightins are denied in the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 2, 3 complete. Reading 2, Portland 1 when we come back to Baseball Town.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spent time in Baseball Town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
Reading Fightin' Phils 2, Portland Sea Dogs 1 as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. I'll turn things over for play-by-play to my broadcast partner, Jake Starr.
Thank you very much, Bob. 2-1 ball game. Fightin' Phils have the lead in this top half of the 4th inning as David Parkinson returns for inning number 4 of work, and I'll get the middle third of the Portland lineup, starting with Chase Mydroff. Mydroff will step in from the right side as the lefty Parkinson winds and fires, and a curveball drops in for a called strike, 0-1. Mydroff is 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out to center, his first time up, back in the 2nd. Parkinson ready for the windup and fires. Swinging a ground ball foul just to the front facing of the Sea Dogs dugout on the left side. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Mydroff. Mydroff, who's reached base in his last 5. Here's the 0-2. That one bounces in front of the catcher, Max McDowell. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mydroff, who Bob alluded to Last time up, ranked as the top prospect in the Red Sox system, entering 2023. The 1-2. Slap foul to the right side, and it stays 1-2. Mydroff, who was added to Portland's roster on May the 9th, and then proceeded one day later to have a walk-off hit against Somerset in his Double-A debut. 1-2, swing and a miss by Mydroff. He looks back at Pete Talkington saying that ball may have hit the ground, but he's saying Max McDowell squeezed it. So it's a strikeout for David Parkinson, his 5th tonight, and that'll bring Nathan Hickey to the plate for the Sea Dogs. Hickey digs in from the left side, back-to-back lefties. A righty and then a lefty to start this inning for Portland. Parkinson winds and fires. That's drawn to the air well towards left. Wilson going back, still going back at the wall. He reaches up and makes the catch. Just stayed in the ballpark. 329 feet off the bat of Nathan Hickey. Needed to go about 5 more, but Ethan Wilson secures it for out number 2, and that'll bring Blaze Jordan to the plate here in the top half of the 4th inning, and the Fightin' Phils lead it 2-1.
Mentioned during Ethan Wilson's last at bat how well he's played at both right and left field. Made 2 excellent catches in that series the last time at home for the Fightins in the Richmond series. Banged into the wall in right field and banged into the wall in left field, taking some extra base hits away.
First pitch to Blaze Jordan was in there for a called strike. The 0-1 is fired home, and it is chopped foul on an off-speed pitch. To the left side, it's no balls and 2 strikes to Jordan. Parkinson retired 4 straight since the RBI single to Pablo Reyes. He's allowed just 3 base runners tonight, a walk and a pair of base hits. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The lefty fires home, swing and a miss on a curveball, and Jordan is down on strikes. 6 punch out tonight for David Parkinson through 4. 3 Sea Dogs come up, 3 Sea Dogs go down, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 lead for the Fightin' Phils. Back after this on the Our Phils Radio Network.
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorrento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Pizza Como USA, Railroad House, Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet, photos, and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets start at $33 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL. Bottom half of the 4th inning, 2-1, Fightin' Phils still lead as they look to tack on. With the bottom third of the Our Phils lineup due up, Casey Martin will lead things off against the righty Sterling Sharp, who returns for inning number 4 of work for the Sea Dogs. Sharp, the tall righty, delivers the first pitch home, and Martin will take it for a called strike, no balls, and a strike. Casey Martin is 0 for 1 so far tonight. Popped up to the first baseman Jordan his first time up. The 0-1 is waved on and whiffed. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Martin coming off a 6 for 22 week at Somerset. That included a 3 for 4 effort in Sunday's contest, the 0-2. And Martin will slap that one on the ground, fair. Mydroff hugging the third base line, fields it with the backhand, and then throws across in time for out number 1, which brings Barron Radcliffe to the plate. Sunday's game, of course, made it to the bottom of the 9th, a 4-4 game and proceeded to get suspended. The teams will complete it on August 15th here at FirstEnergy Stadium. So Baron Ratcliffe will step in. Hit a long home run his first time up in the second. First pitch home from Sharp, and Ratcliffe will foul it straight back. No balls and a strike. The home run from Ratcliffe, 364 feet, 104 miles per hour off the bat. Huge shout out to Chris Greavy, one of the awesome members of the Fightin' Phil's crew here, for helping provide us with those numbers, and of course all of our data here on a nightly basis. Chris Greavy, Michael Factor, two guys who work tirelessly on the video side and analytics side, and helping us provide these numbers on the broadcast. The 1-1 misses down for a ball, 2 balls and a strike.
I feel like Barron got shortchanged. That seems like it was more than 364 feet. That was a block.
Well, I was talking to someone. I think the event center kind of hurts home run distances because it's measured just to the event center, not, you know.
Yeah, not where it would land if there wasn't a building in the way.
That one is fanned on and missed by Ratcliffe, 2-2.
See, I thought it would measure somehow or another the distance had there not been an obstruction in the way, that it would, how far it would have traveled, but obviously not. Because 364 is about what it would be to get to the wall at that spot on the wall. But it would have obviously went a lot further had there not been a building standing there and he hit the top of it.
2-2. Ratcliffe takes down for a ball, counts full. And for Ratcliffe, his first home run in exactly 3 months. Last was April 14th against Hartford. Of course, missed about 2 months on the 60-day injured list with a shoulder injury. 3-2. Ratcliffe will pound it into the ground, foul, rolls to the right side, and the count stays full at 3-2.
Remember talking with Barron at the very beginning of the season about that building out there and how many targets it plays into and how enticing it was. And then I reminded him that he's playing a right field. He's going to have to play it defensively too. And he was like, yeah, I wish you wouldn't have told me that.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ratcliffe goes down on strikes. Third strikeout tonight for Sterling Sharp. First since the last out of the first inning. That'll bring Max McDowell to the plate with 2 outs in the fourth. 2-1 ball game. The Fightin' Phil's lead.
We still really haven't seen any real crazy caroms off the event center that we thought we might. But again, we still have a lot of baseball left to be played here in Reading before the season is over with.
Max McDowell digs in. First pitch home is taken for a called strike. 0-1. Like you said, Bob, not a ton of crazy caroms off that big wall in right center field. No balls and a strike to McDowell as Sharp fires home, and that one is hit in the air out towards right. Sykes the right fielder back into his left, and he'll make the catch to retire the side in the fourth. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base for the Fightin' Phils. We'll go to the fifth. Running up 2-1 here on the Phils Radio Network.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sunsips, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Haro's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, Apis Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other culture elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office. To honor the 275th anniversary of Reading, the Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on Thursdays and select Tuesdays in 2023. Tuesdays are brought to you by Coatesville VA Medical Center. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays, thanks to Burke's Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Come celebrate the 275th anniversary of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2023. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office.
Top half of the fifth inning, our Phils lead it 2-1. A low-scoring affair so far as David Parkinson will return to the mound for inning number 5 of work. It's been a strong and efficient night for Parkinson. 61 pitches thrown through 4 innings. And Parkinson will get the 7, 8, and 9 hitters of this Sea Dogs lineup. Matthew Lugo will get things rolling for Portland from the right-handed batter's box. Lefty Parkinson fires home, and it just misses outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Lugo. Lugo 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out the center his first time up. That came back in the second. Parkinson, who toes the third base side of the rubber, winds and deals, and that one's going to be shot foul and snuck its way in a little bit of an opening by the fence that goes into the field, just to the right of the R-Phil's dugout on the right side.
Yeah, it got actually inside the dugout suite somehow or another. It just kind of hit the perfect spot that it didn't hit the fence around it.
1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fortunately, nobody hurt. Glad to see that.
No harm, just a souvenir.
Just a souvenir on this Friday night here in Baseball Town. David Parkinson up in the count 1-2 to Matthew Lugo. Here's the pitch. Drops a curveball in, a called strike 3. Strikeout number 7 tonight for David Parkinson, and that'll bring Philip Sykes to the plate with an out in the top of the 5th.
Again, this is a great storyline with Parkinson and his strikeouts against the Sea Dogs. He averages less than 5 strikeouts per game in his appearances on the year. But this is the 4th time this year he has struck out 7 or more. 3 of them against Portland.
First pitch to Sykes, swung on a miss, 0-1. Like you said, 8 on April 23rd at Portland, 4 2/3. And then on June 23rd, 9 strikeouts. Both of those games were actually losses to David Parkinson as well. Here's the 0-1. That's fisted back foul. It's 0-2 behind home plate. But the game on June 23rd, I really failed to... The loss is a misleading statistic for Parkinson. I mean, wins and losses this day and age has kind of become an obsolete stat, and the 0-2 is swung on and miss for strike 3. 8 strikeouts tonight for Parkinson. He's 1 shy of matching his season high from that game on June 23rd. But no, that game on the 23rd, it was 1 bad inning defensively that really cost Parkinson. So, you know, like I said, wins and losses at this point, it's a stat that it is what it is. You take what it is. ERA, WHIP, FIP, fielding independent pitching is a new stat most recently. Tyler McDonough, first pitch to him. Pounds it on the ground the short. Martin up with it, throws across, and it's a wide throw that pulled the first baseman, Jalen Ortiz, off the bag. So it's going to be an E6. 3rd error of the season for Casey Martin since joining AA Reading. And that puts the 9-man Tyler McDonough on and flips things back to the top of the lineup to Pablo Reyes.
Yeah, that is something we have not seen very much of Casey Martin, and that is the arm. He's got an absolute cannon for an arm, and he's got a very accurate arm. We've seen him make an awful lot of off-balance throws right on the money. It's just very uncharacteristic to see him essentially throw one wide on a very much of a routine play.
So Parkinson will look to dance around the error. Moves to the stretch for Pablo Reyes. They'll throw over towards first. Back in with a dive is Tyler McDonough.
But to this point in time, the double by McDonough, his first time up, the only one of 2 hits for Portland, is really the only hard hit ball off of Parkinson.
McDonough will go. Pitch of the ball. Throw is low to second base, and it is...
It's off the bag.
Wasn't in time, but off the bag came McDonough. And the tag was held by Oliver Dunn, so it goes down as a caught stealing, and that will retire the side of the inning. McDonough very visibly frustrated with the field umpire, Paul Romer, but that will retire the side in the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits. There was an error, and nobody left on base. We are halfway home in Baseball Town. Bottom of the 5th up next. 2-1 Fightin on the R-Phillies Radio Network. For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin Phils, two great hometown partners.
Bottom 5, top of the lineup. Due up for the Fightin Phils in this frame. 2-1, Reading has the lead as Madison Stokes will step in. First pitch from Sterling Sharp, who remains in the game, is down for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Stokes. Stokes, who is 1 for 2 tonight, including a double and a run scored. His first time up in the first. Next pitch to him is cranked in the air towards center. Not too deep. Started in was Reyes, then he'll drift back and make the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring Carlos De La Cruz to the plate in the bottom of the 5th. De La Cruz 1 for 2 tonight. RBI single in the first that scored Stokes. Grounded out the third his last time out. That's when Mydrov had a bit of a wide throw to first, but Jordan made a nice job at first to come off the bag and get the tag down. Sharp readies and deals. De La Cruz skirts out of the way in an inside pitch. It's a ball 1-0. De La Cruz, who gets the start in center tonight. Here's the 1-0 from Sharp. That's a little poke shot towards shallow right. In comes Sykes. Good closing speed from the right fielder. And he'll make the catch in the shallow right center field gap.
Yeah, that's the right words. Great closing speed. That off the bat looked like it might have a chance to fall in for a base hit, but Sykes closed that gap very quickly and turned it ended up being a very routine catch.
So here's Matthew Kroon. Kroon steps in, 0 for 1 tonight, a walk and a ground out. First game for Kroon since being placed on the 7-day injury list back on July the 3rd. First pitch is in there for a called strike from Sharp. It's 0-1. Kroon, who in total out for 11 days, granted 4 of them were the All-Star break. 0-1, and Kroon swings and misses 0-2, so really just missed the 6 games in the Somerset series last week. Kroon, who ran into Carlos De La Cruz and a ball hit to the right center field gap on the July 2nd game against Richmond. 0-2, and Kroon will slap it foul to the right side, barely fights it off. It's 1-2.
He was so locked in prior to that injury, so you hope that he hasn't lost any of the timing in the time off. He was actively taking batting practice with everybody else at the tail end of that Binghamton series. However, it's still not the same as active in a game, and as Jake said, you had the All-Star break layover as well. So hopefully Matthew Kroon can get right back into form.
The ball is 2 strikes to pitch, and Kroon swings at an off-speed pitch that's down low. That'll retire the side in the 5th. 4 strikeouts tonight for Sharp. He's sent down 7 in a row. 3 up, 3 down, go the Fightin Phils. We'll go to the 6th, 2-1 Reading on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Berks Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Berks Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit berkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. at the Bricks Commercial Roofing Stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Top of the sixth inning, 2-1 Reading has the lead. It'll be David Parkinson back on the mound for his sixth inning of work. And he'll get the top of the lineup for the Sea Dogs. Pablo Reyes leads off. He was at the plate when the fifth inning came to an end. First pitch is a breaking pitch that misses up and away for a ball, 1-0. Reyes was the batter when Tyler McDonough was caught stealing at second base. Beat the throw there, but came off the bag, and Oliver Dunn kept the tag on him. Here's the 1-0. That one is crushed in the air towards left center. Wilson will just turn and watch it go out of the ballpark. Pablo Reyes ties the game up at 2 with a solo shot on a ball that was absolutely crushed. 414, distance 109.7 off the bat. And just like that, we are all knotted up at 2.
And that's part of the game with Parkinson. He is your prototypical soft-tossing lefty, but he will give up home runs. There's no doubt about that. The 14th home run he's given up on the season, but solo home run, not the most damage that you can do. Keeping an eye on the Fightin's bullpen, which as of right now is quiet.
So here's Nick York. First pitch to York is hit in the air towards the right center field gap. That is down and a roll all the way to the wall. York motors towards second. Whole stop there, and it's a no-out double for Nick York. And just like that, Portland with back-to-back extra base hits, and they're suddenly threatening on Nick York's 13th double of the season.
And we have seen this with David Parkinson. He can hit a wall fast. He has had games like this where he's just been dominant through 4 innings and then hits a wall in the 5th, or through 5 innings and hits a wall in the 6th. And here we are getting into the 6th and back-to-back hard-hit baseballs, and he's in trouble with a go-ahead run now at second base.
So here's Marcelo Meyer. First pitch to Ham's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. It's 0-1.
Let's not forget, there are some thumpers in this lineup for Portland. And now the bullpen starts to stir down the right field line. Braden Zarbniski will be the first one to get up.
0-1. Swing and a miss on a very nice off-speed pitch. Guy actually getting a piece of it was Meyer. Foul. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. It's a tie ball game in the top of the 6th. Nick York leads off a second. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 9 strikeouts tonight for David Parkinson. That'll match a season high for him, which also came against Portland back on June the 23rd.
I was going to say, quick trivia question. Who did he have that high strikeout performance against?
His 3 highest strikeout totals this year, 2 9s and an 8, have come against Portland this year.
That's also a big one in this inning, too, because now he's still got to work his way out of trouble here. He's still got the go-ahead run at second.
First pitch to Chase Mydroff is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Just nipped the inside corner of the strike zone to Mydroff, who thought it was a bit in as he tried to shake his way out of the way of it. Mydroff, who crowds the plate on the right side with a slightly open stance. The 0-1's a curveball, swing and a miss, 0-2. And David Parkinson's 1 strike away from setting a new season high in strikeouts.
Yeah, big curveball that time for Parkinson and a big swing by Mydroff. He tried to hit that one further than Pablo Reyes hit that first home run of in this inning, but comes up empty.
No balls, 2 strikes to the righty Mydroff. Nick York leads off his second. Parkinson winds and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 10 strikeouts tonight for David Parkinson. That's a season high, and he's now just 1 shy of a career high 11.
Yeah, but again, the important piece in this is he's quickly changed the face of this inning around as well. After back-to-back hard-hit balls, the home run by Reyes and the double by York, all of a sudden now he's in a position trying to get out of this with another left-handed hitter coming up in Nathan Hickey.
So Nathan Hickey will dig in. The lefty. First pitch on Parkinson is a breaking pitch that just misses off the outer edge of the plate. It's 1-0.
Max McDowell just kind of held that there for a moment, but did look like it was a bit outside.
Parkinson, who's 1 out away from a quality start, has already set a season high in strikeouts. The 1-0 is a curveball hit in the air out towards right. Going back is Ratcliffe at the warning track. He is under it, and he makes the catch just in front of the wall, and that will retire the side in the 6th. Portland does get a run. They do it on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there is 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. All tied up at 2 here on the Art Phil's Radio Network.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Golden Oaks Golf Club, PA Army National Guard, Culligan Water, Aspen Home Improvements, and Rip-It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $56 when purchased in advance. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phil's game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next Our Phil's game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
Bottom of the 6th inning, it's a 2-2 ball game after Portland tied it up in the top half of the frame. Jake star Bob McCool, thanks for joining us on this Friday night. First of a 3, yes, you heard that right, 3-game series this weekend between the Fightin' Phils and the Portland Sea Dogs. This is the 13th matchup of the season between the 2 teams. They have split the first 12. Portland won 4 of 6 at home back in April, and then Reading won 4 of 6 at Portland in their return trip in the last series, the first half, in the last week of June. Oliver Dunn leads off against Sterling Sharp. The first pitch from Sharp is down low for a ball. It's 1-0. Oliver Dunn is 1 for 2 tonight. Doubled his last time up. Also had a strikeout. Next pitch is grounded foul past the first base coach's box. It's 1-1.
So we mentioned that Brandon Zamniski was warming up in the Phil's bullpen. He is now sat down, and Noah Song has got up to loosen up for the Phils. We'll see if we see him in the 7th. A very interesting story that we'll talk about when he comes in.
Pitch to Dunn. That one is shot down the left field line fair. It'll roll all the way to the corner. Dunn wheels to second, puts the brakes on there. 2 doubles tonight for Oliver Dunn. And it's also a leadoff 2-bagger for Dunn. And that will bring Jalen Ortiz to the plate.
And that's how you get it done. You get, no pun intended, you get after a tying run is scored. If you're Portland, you're looking for the shutdown inning from Sharp. If you're the Phils, you try to counter it, get right back up on top, and nothing better than a leadoff extra base hit. And very unusual for Oliver Dunn. Not that he's going to hit one the other way once in a while, but he really cued that one right past the third baseman, Chase Mydroth, who obviously is playing the left-hand hitting Dunn well off the line, and Oliver Dunn slapped it the other way into the Portland bullpen, and he was humming around first base and thinking he might be able to get more than 2.
And Ortiz hits one in the air out towards center. Reyes going back, puts the glove up, and it is long gone. Reyes tried to deke him out a little bit, but Jalen Ortiz says no problem at all. I'll just put it way over your head and out of the ballpark. A 2-run shot for Jalen Ortiz, his 2nd with Reading, and the Fightin' Phils are back up 4-2.
That's the power that the Fightins have been looking for from Jalen Ortiz. We saw it in the very first game in his return to Reading, and he hit a bomb up on the left field deck. That one just to the left of the Redner's Event Center. Pablo Reyes maybe having a little bit of fun at everyone's expense, but that was gone off the bat. That was out in the construction site, and Reyes was underneath it, acting as if he was going to catch it in medium distance center field, about 75 feet from where the ball actually landed.
421 feet off the bat for Jalen Ortiz. Pitch to Wilson is softly dribbled towards second. York has it, throws the first in time for out number one. Look, I was not the only one that was deked out. Oliver Dunn also took a second to make sure it was out. But, man, that one was absolutely walloped by Jalen Ortiz. And that's the power we know he has. And
no question about it. We've been waiting to see it. Again, we saw it the first game back with the home run. He's gotten some hits, but he hadn't hit the bombs that we expected to see from him.
Martin skies one in the air towards left. Not deep. McDonough, the left fielder, goes in and to his left. He'll make the catch for out number two, and that'll bring Baron Ratcliffe to the plate. So Ratcliffe up 1 for 2 tonight. He has one of the 2 home runs the Fightin' Phils have hit tonight, and also makes David Parkinson the pitcher of record. And look, Parkinson, if he's done, excellent outing. 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, just 2 runs given up. And here's the first pitch to Ratcliffe. It's in there for a called strike 0-1. Just sitting down in the bullpen, but he was throwing, was Noah Song, who is in Reading tonight to make a rehab appearance. Scheduled to be in Reading for the duration of the weekend. Here's the 0-1 inside for a ball 1-1.
I think he's just kind of taking a little bit of a breather, getting a little water, because now he's back at the mound in the bullpen. Right
Also
now he doesn't have
ready.
a catcher. I think he's just ready to come in for the 7th if that's what the decision is.
1-1. Ratcliffe smokes one in the air towards right. Sykes going back, and that one's gone. 2 home runs tonight for Baron Ratcliffe, and the Fightins get some insurance runs. It's 5-2 Reading in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, we've talked about the thumpers in this order, and with the addition of guys like Ortiz and the return of Baron Ratcliffe, you've got some guys who can hit some balls out and fast and hard. Ortiz was a long, towering home run. Baron Ratcliffe was a line drive off the bat and out onto the pool deck in a hurry.
354 feet, 100 miles per hour off the bat. Pitch to Max McDowell is in there for a called strike 0-1. So 3 runs in the inning, 3 hits. 2 of them have been home runs for the Fightin' Phils. Here's the pitch. McDowell will dribble it foul past the third base coach's box 0-2.
But we've seen a couple of things of answering questions in this game. Again, Parkinson that last inning, he gave up the home run to Sykes, to Reyes, excuse me, and the double by York. But he followed it up by getting 3 quick outs and shutting it down, and then the Phils come back and counter with some runs here.
And a ground ball to third, and Mydroff Fields throws across in time. That'll retire the side in the 6th. But Reading strikes back. 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits, and nobody left on base. In comes Noah Song. He's got a 5-2 lead to work with. Top of the 7th up next on the Phils Radio Network.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive.
top half of the 7th inning, and a new arm is in for the Fightin' Phils. With a 3-run lead, I'm going to turn things back over to my broadcast partner, Bob McCool, and ask you for a 9-out save. Can you get it for me tonight, Bob?
Oh, there's a lot of new arms in that Phil's bullpen that we have not yet got a chance to see here in Reading, and one of them is on the mound in Noah Song, delivering against his former team, and that is the Boston Red Sox organization, as Blaze Jordan stands in. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. The second, Jordan lines down the first base line, foul. Jordan 0 for 1 tonight, a walk and a strikeout in his 2 plate appearances. Noah Song, 6'4", 200 pounds. He's 26 years of age. Played his college baseball at the Naval Academy, and that's where the story begins. As this one, a line drive right at Oliver Don for out number 1 here in the 7th. An outstanding career at the Naval Academy for Noah Song. He graduated, his final year at Navy was in 2019 and was taken by the Red Sox in the 4th round out of Navy. Pitched 1 season at rookie level in what was then the New York Penn League in Lowell, Massachusetts, and then had to serve his commitment at the from the Naval Academy, and spent the last 3 years in active duty in the Navy. The Phils took a shot at him as a Rule 5 draft pick in December, and here he is now in the Phillies organization because his status has been changed from active to reserve, and so now the Phils are hoping to get him back and healthy and to Philadelphia, as he's now in a 2-2 count to Matthew Lugo. He's on the disabled list with a lower back strain, but now in an injury rehab spot for the Phils. 2-2 to Lugo. This pitch is outside. So the Phils took him in December on a Rule 5 pick, and he was put on the disabled list on March the 11th. He must be on the Major League roster by July 28th, or then, if not, then he has to be offered back to the Red Sox, as he gets Lugo to swing at a pitch outside for a strike, and now it's quickly 2 outs here in the 7th. So the question was how soon he could regain some of the velocity, and he's been in the low 90s as he stands in facing Philip Sykes, and there's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. That's what the Phils are hoping to see, that fastball can get up into the mid-90s, which is where he threw when he was at Navy, as he gets a slider over to Sykes, and he's quickly ahead of him. 1 ball, no balls, and 2 strikes. So it's a really interesting story, first and foremost, that he spent 3 years in active duty in Naval Flight School. 0-2 pitch as Sykes fouls it off and stays alive. So here in baseball town, what is once Municipal Stadium, and always paying tribute to our military officers, both past and present. Here's a guy who spent 3 years in the Navy after playing his college baseball at the Naval Academy. There's a curveball that Sykes lifts into shallow left field and will fall in front of Ethan Wilson, who fields it on a hop. A little Texas League base hit for Philip Sykes. He's a 2-out base runner here in the 7th.
Yeah, just like you said, a little Texas leaguer that just drops in there. But no, I mean, it's unique. It's a cool story for a guy like Noah Song, who hasn't played professional baseball in 4 years. Like you said, the clock is ticking. Phillies have about a couple of weeks to make a decision on him.
That'll bring up Tyler McDonough, who's been on base both times tonight. A double and scored a run in the 3rd. Goes safe on an error his last time up, as the first pitch from Song is up high for a ball. Again, it's interesting that he's here pitching against Portland, because the Red Sox are not happy as this whole thing has unfolded. As this one's outside, a lot of people in the Red Sox organization think that the Phils are kind of hiding him with that injury on the disabled list to keep him from having to be active, because as a Rule 5 draft pick, he has to be on the Major League roster. It's 1-1 now to McDonough. Swing and a miss and a pitch into a fastball into dirt, and now it's 1-2. But to Jake's point, he hasn't pitched in a couple of years. It's not hard to imagine that he may have a back strain trying to work his way back in spring training. But again, he has to be on the Phillies active roster by the end of July. 1-2. This one hopper right to Jalen Ortiz, who will make the tag on the bag by his lonesome. And that will do it for Portland in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left. It's 7th inning stretch time in Baseball Town. Reading 5, Portland 2.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksorus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Vernon University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen will bring in right-hander Ryan Zephyrjohn from the Portland bullpen. 6'5", 210-pound right-hander, originally from Topeka, Kansas. Drafted by the Red Sox in 2019 in the 3rd round. And he will face the top of the order for the Fightins here in the 7th. Madison Stokes leading it off, and the first pitch from Zephyrjohn, a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that's up and in. 5-2 Phils on top as they bat here in the bottom of the 7th. The 7th inning brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. If you or a loved one have been injured, get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. 2-0 now to Madison Stokes as Zephyrjohn misses on back-to-back pitches up high. Madison Stokes got the Phils' first run scored on a leadoff double at the beginning of this ball game, coming around on a Carlos De La Cruz single to give the Phils a 1-0 lead. 1 for 3 on the night for Stokes. 2-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Stokes. Zephyrjohn is making his 18th appearance out of the Portland bullpen. 0-2, the 3.43 earned run average. 21 innings pitched, 36 strikeouts, and 17 walks. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss at the heavy fastball. 97 on the radar gun that Stokes can't catch up to. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Madison Stokes. Carlos De La Cruz in the on-deck circle. Matthew Kroon to follow for the Phils here in the 7th. Single runs in the 1st and the 2nd for Reading, and 3 runs in the 6th to give them the separation they have right now at 5-2 over Portland. Portland off to a great start in this second half. They Sea Dogs at 10-2 coming in. Reading at 5-6, trying to get their record even for the first time all year. They can get the win tonight. 3 balls and a strike, 2 strikes to Stokes, and that one's outside. And Madison Stokes works himself a leadoff walk here in the 7th. So Sterling Sharp ends up going 6 innings for Portland, just like David Parkinson went 6 innings for Reading. Sharp, 6 hits, 5 runs. All of them earned, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Stokes will take off, pitches up high. Throw down to second is not in time. Madison Stokes picks up the stolen base. Pitch to Carlos De La Cruz was high for a ball. So stolen base for Madison Stokes. He's now in scoring position with nobody out. 4th stolen base of the season for Madison Stokes. Carlos De La Cruz 1 for 3 on the night with that RBI single his first time up. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Zephyrjohn from the stretch. This big swing, no contact as De La Cruz comes up empty on the 97-mile-an-hour heater from Zephyrjohn. Power on power right now with pitcher and hitter. De La Cruz fouls this one out of play. Again, 97 on the radar gun for Zephyrjan. It's 1-2 strikes now to Carlos De La Cruz. Carlos had a couple of home runs on the road trip to Somerset. Puts him at 16 now on the year, still among the Eastern League leaders. 1-2 as he stands in. That one's way outside. Great block by Nathan Hickey. That was destined for the backstop and allowing Madison Stokes to move up to third base, but a nice backhanded pickup by the catcher Hickey. And now it's 2-2 strikes to De La Cruz. Phillies with 6 hits in this game, 5 of them extra base hits. 3 home runs and a couple of doubles. That one's low, and now the count is full. Good at bat here by De La Cruz to work it full. Let me correct myself. 7 hits for the Phils. 6 of them extra base hits, 3 doubles and 3 home runs. This one driven into right center field. Going back is Sykes. Looking up and says goodbye. Carlos De La Cruz with a 2-run home run, and the Phils' lead is now 7-2.
101 off the bat, 374 feet, and the Art Phils are playing long ball tonight. Their 4th home run as a team. De La Cruz has 1, Ortiz 1, 2 from Radcliffe, and get some nicely needed insurance runs as well.
Number 17 on the year for De La Cruz, RBI number 43 and 44. And that'll bring up Matthew Kroon. Matthew 0 for 2 on the night, walked in the first, grounded out to short and struck out in his 3 plate appearances. Reading bullpen is quiet, so it would appear Song will get another inning here as Kroon drives this one to right. Sykes going back, still going back, and into the pool deck. Matthew Kroon with a follow-up home run of his own makes it an 8-2 game.
Bob, when it's your night, it's your night. Wind ever so slightly blowing out. Kroon gets one up in the air enough, and it gets out of the ballpark. Back-to-back home runs, and let the home run party continue.
5th of the year for Matthew Kroon, 38th RBI of the year. As the long ball, the extra base hit barrage continues for the Fightin tonight as Oliver Dunn, who's got a couple of doubles, stands in. And first pitch down low and in for a ball.
Last time running at back-to-back home runs, it was Carlos De La Cruz, and now big leaguer Johan Rojas against Hartford on June the 18th.
1-0 now to Oliver Dunn. Beats this one foul and off the fence, the front-faced fence of the dugout suite. Zephyrjan mentioned this is his 18th appearance. And prior to this, he had given up 3 home runs in his first 17. He's given up 2 in this inning. 3 across for the Fight, still nobody out. 1-1 pitch to Dunn. Outside ball 2. It's 2-1. Well, Tyler Henson, the hitting coach for the Fightins, always talks about how this team loves to hit fastballs. Zephyrjan has a powerful one. He's been clocking it at 96 and 97, but you turn on those things and they can go a long way. As Dunn beats this one foul at the plate, and the count remains 2-2 strikes to Oliver Dunn.
4th time this year Reading has gone back-to-back in terms of home runs. Carlos De La Cruz has been a part of 3 of the 4.
It only makes sense for the guy who's led them in home runs all year long. 2 strikes to Dunn. Fist this one foul and back out of play, staying alive at 2-2. I mentioned that he had the 2 home runs in Somerset, but we talked about it in the last series against Richmond. It just seemed like the home runs were kind of missing for Carlos a little bit, and then he did hit one at the tail end of that Richmond series and then hit the 2 on the road. So he has hit 4 now in the last series and a half, as this one's over for a called strike, and Oliver Dunn becomes the first out here in the 7th by way of a strikeout. That'll bring up Jalen Ortiz, who's been part of the home run barrage tonight. He had a 2-run home run in the last inning, the 6th, out to left center field. His second home run since rejoining Reading. He is 1 for 3 on the night. He was also safe on an error. And comes with a fastball that Ortiz kind of feebly swung at. I think Jalen was going to take it and then try to change his mind and kind of shaking the wrist a little bit as if he may have twisted that on that awkward swing. So he's now behind in the count. This time the breaking pitch, and he's way out in front of that one. Now it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Jalen Ortiz.
And as we said earlier, Reading's bullpen remains quiet, so it's like Song will get the 8th, and then for the 9th, I guess it depends on kind of the situation here, what Reading decides to do.
8-2, Phil's on top right now. 1 out here in the 7th. Tried to check his swing, and he did hold up. So now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes as Ortiz lays off the 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Ryan Zephyrjan. Again, power on power right now, pitcher and batter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Ortiz comes up empty on the 98-mile-an-hour heater, and it's 2 down.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Zephyrjan after giving up the back-to-back home runs, but obviously a little too late. Obviously, if you're Reading, you're happy with the way this inning has unfolded so far.
That'll bring up Ethan Wilson, who has yet to be a part of the party so far tonight for the Phils. He's 0 for 3 so far. Off-speed pitch, and he's way out in front of it. Comes with a 88-mile-an-hour, I believe, changeup, and that's a tough adjustment for that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. And Wilson was way out in front of it. That one inside, hit him in the foot. So Ethan Wilson is a base runner, so he now does indeed join the party by getting on base with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Yeah, Wilson a little beat up tonight. Fouled one off of his leg area last time, and now gets hit there. Looks to be okay, but most importantly of all.
Yeah, he fouled one off his front foot, which as a left-hand hitter was his right shin. That one looked like it hit his left foot. As Casey Martin will bat now. Martin also not yet to be a part of the party. He's 0 for 3. And here comes the curveball or a slider from Zephyrjan that's outside for a ball. Now it's way up high. The fastball. It's 2-0. Casey Martin began the season playing for the Jersey Shore Blue Claws, but did get called up. 24-year-old shortstop, Arkansas product. 2-0 to him as he stands in. Now it's way outside, ball 3. We'll see if Martin has a take here. It is an 8-2 advantage for the Phils. Al Padrique may give him a cut. Takes one for a called strike. Martin was halfway to first as he started up the line thinking it was ball 4. Three balls and a strike now to Martin. Swing and a miss, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. We get a chance to talk with Casey Martin at some point in time, the Phils' #1 draft pick. And of course, the draft was last week as well. The Philadelphia Phillies selected Aiden Miller, high school shortstop / third baseman, who was headed to the University of Arkansas, where Casey Martin played his college baseball. Wilson takes off, but the pitch is up high, ball 4, and Martin does draw a walk, as Wilson was off on the pitch on a 3-2 count, so he will move up to second base on the base on balls.
Here comes Chad Epperson, the manager for this Portland side, so it looks like Zephyr John's night is done, and there will be an Alverno University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen.
We'll fill you in when we come back on the Reading Fightin' Phil's Radio Network.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin' Phil's birthday. The Fightin' Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
The Alverno University Golden Wolves call the bullpen an interesting one for the Sea Dogs as they'll bring in Luis Guerrero. And he will face Barron Radcliffe with 2 men on base and 2 outs here in the 7th. 3 runs across already for the Fightins. They lead at 8-3. As Radcliffe takes the first pitch in the dirt from Guerrero, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Guerrero, the closer for the Sea Dogs, and a good one. He was a part of that Major League Baseball Futures game as well. Coming in here in an 8-2 game with 2 outs in the 7th inning as Radcliffe swings and misses at a pitch down low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That one, I believe they're going to call balk. They called a balk, so no pitch to the plate. And Ethan Wilson will now move up to third base. Casey Martin to second on the balk. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Barron Radcliffe, who's had a good night. Couple of home runs sandwiched around a strikeout. Home run off the Redner's Event Center in right center field, and a home run into the pool deck on right field. This one hit hard down the first base line, and Ray Ricker will olay it and allow it go towards the bullpen, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Barron Radcliffe. Home run number 3 and 4 on the year now for Radcliffe. That one's outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the thought is that Guerrero, I guess, just needs some work. So that's why they're bringing him into what is not a situation he is accustomed to. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Barron Radcliffe. Up high, Radcliffe lays off. Count now full. That's inside, ball 4. Radcliffe works a walk. He's on base for the 3rd time. So a hit batter and a walk that sent Zephyr John to the showers, and now Guerrero comes in and walks the first batter that he faces. Phils have him loaded with 2 outs for Max McDowell.
Chance for McDowell to really break this game wide open right here.
Max 0 for 3 on the night. Swings at the first pitch, lines it to right. Philip Sykes hasn't played perfectly, and that will do it for the Phils in the 7th, but not before Reading puts 3 runs across. They do it on 3 hits. They leave them loaded. We head to the 8th. It's Reading 8, Portland 2.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 888-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin' Phil's birthday. The Fightin' Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Noah Song back out for his second inning of work in relief of David Parkinson. Parkinson, a great effort tonight. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 1 walk and 10 strikeouts. Noah Song came in for the 7th, gave up 1 hit, had 1 strikeout, and he will face the top of the order. And Pablo Reyes, Nick York, and Marcelo Meyer to face York here in the 7th. Pablo Reyes 2 for 3 on the night. Again, on a Major League Baseball injury rehab from the Red Sox. Single and drove in a run in the 3rd and a solo home run in the 6th. And Noah Song quickly falls behind him, 2 balls and no strikes.
Brett Schultz up and throwing in the Reading bullpen, so we'll see if Song doesn't get through this inning, if Schultz is the arm they go to.
A little bit of a chance to see how Song does in what they call an up and down situation, because he got up obviously and pitched an inning and then sat down while the Phils batted and back up again. So that's all part of a rehab process, not just to come in and pitch an inning, but ultimately to sit down and get back up again and pitch. Reyes wanted to call time. He didn't get the timeout call, but it ends up being inside for a ball 4. So Pablo Reyes walks on base now for the 3rd time in this ball game. First walk that Song has surrendered. 8-2 Fightin's on top as Nick York bats here in the 8th. First pitch way outside. Noah Song, as I said, was a pitcher at the Naval Academy, and he set all kinds of records for the midshipmen. He has the program record for wins with 32, strikeouts 428, innings pitched for 334, and he was also the first ever Navy player to be named first-team All-American in baseball. As that one's over for a called strike, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of people thought he would have gone higher than he did in the 4th round to the Red Sox back in 2019, but that service commitment changed a lot of teams' decisions as to whether or not they wanted to take a chance on him. As he misses this outside to York, who works the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Working from the stretch. Swing and a miss as York chases one way outside for a strikeout. Second strikeout for Song, 1 out here in the 8th.
Excellent job by Song to respond. Here comes Al Padrique, so it looks like Noah Song's night is over. So wonder if it was a pitch counting or a batter's thing, but whatever that is, Song's night is done, and here comes Brett Schultz.
So the Alvernia University Golden Wolves called to the bullpen will bring in Brett Schultz with 1 out here in the 8th. Noah Song gets a round of applause as he comes to the bullpen, to the dugout. We'll take a timeout back on the Reading Fightin' Phil's radio network with more after this.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizedpa.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
So the Alvernia University Golden Wolves call a bullpen. Will bring in Brett Schultz. And Schultz will now face Marcelo Meyer. Left-hand hitter standing in. 0 for 3 on the night with a couple of strikeouts. Runner at first base in Pablo Reyes. 1 out here in the 8th inning. First pitch to Meyer is low for a ball.
Brett Schultz, who is ERA down to 4.94. He's been pitching really stellar as of late. Also 48 strikeouts across 31 innings pitched. This is now team leading 28th game.
1-0 pitch. And Meyer chases the off-speed pitch for a strike. It's now 1-1 to Marcelo Meyer.
How about this for Schultz? 9 straight appearances dating back to June the 14th where he has not allowed an earned run.
1 ball and 1 strike. And again, Meyer cannot catch up with the off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2. Meyer just 20 years of age. Red Sox first-round draft pick in 2021 out of high school. 4th overall pick out of East Lake High School in California. 1-2. This one beats foul. Again, off the facing of the dugout, Savage 61 dugout suite. Last year for Meyer in his first full season in professional baseball, he started the season at Single-A Salem, 66 games, hit 286 with 9 home runs, and then the promotion for the end of the season to High-A Greenville and hit 265 in Greenville. Began this season in Greenville as well. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch, and again, he is a strikeout victim. As Brett Schultz retires the first batter he faces here in the 8th, that's 2 down.
Bullpen quiet for Reading, so Schultz obviously gets the 8th, and we'll see what they do in the 9th. We'll see if Schultz comes back out, especially if the pitch count stays down, or maybe we see like an Andrew Baker. Hasn't pitched in a little bit of time, was activated off the development list today after being placed on it back on June 25th, so it's been a while since Baker's thrown, so maybe we'll see they give him a chance here late in this game.
Chase Mydroth, the cleanup hitter for the Sea Dogs bats. He has struck out a couple of times in this game, 0 for 3 with those 2 strikeouts. The first pitch from Brett Schultz is low for a ball. Reyes takes his lead off of first. 2 down here in the 8th. Curveball and a beauty from Schultz, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It was an active day on the transaction wire in the Phillies organization.
You can say that again.
My colleague Jake Starr was hard at work all day catching up with all the roster moves that the Phillies organization had to make. 1 ball and 1 strike, and another great curveball from Schultz, and it locks up Mydroth, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
10 transactions today in total. Most in a single day, at least for this season for the R-Phils. Not sure where that ranks in R-Phils history, but for a day, 10, that's a lot.
1 ball and 2 strikes. This one bounces up there. McDowell blocked it, but it rolled away from him, and that'll allow Reyes to move up to second base.
It's a wild pitch.
So runner in scoring position now and 2 outs here in the 8th for the Sea Dogs. Mydroth with 18 RBIs on the season, a runner in scoring position as he stands in. 2-2 as Schultz delivers. Fouls this one out of play down the right field grandstand. Good crowd on hand for a Fiesta Friday night here at the ballpark, and they'll stick around for the fireworks to follow. Tomorrow night, Mega Blast fireworks. You know what that means?
The largest in stadium history?
It does indeed mean exactly that. Tomorrow night, largest in stadium history after the ball game with the Phils and the Sea Dogs with a 7 o'clock first pitch. 2-2 count. Way inside to Mydrith, and now it's full. And, of course, the Phils and the Sea Dogs will wrap up this 3-game series on Sunday with a 5:15 first pitch. Fans receive an Alec Boehm photo T-shirt in attendance on Sunday. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Chase Mydrith. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for Portland as Brett Schultz comes in and gets back-to-back strikeouts to doing the Sea Dogs here in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left to the bottom of the 8th. Phils still on top, 8-2.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
Madison Stokes will lead off the 8th inning, just like he led off the 7th inning as the Phils batted around in that 7th inning, put 3 runs across. Did it on 2 hits, 2 home runs, back-to-back home runs by Carlos De La Cruz and Matthew Kroon. Stokes got it started with a leadoff walk, scored his 2nd run of the night. So Stokes on base 2 times in 4 plate appearances to this point and has scored 2 runs. First pitch from Guerrero, back out there for this 8th inning after coming in and facing 2 batters in the 7th. Back out here to face Stokes to start the 8th. And he falls behind Madison Stokes, 2 balls and no strikes. Stokes fouls this one away. Right back towards Carlos De La Cruz in the on-deck circle. So it's 2 balls and a strike now to Madison Stokes back in the leadoff spot tonight. Matthew Kroon is in the 3-hole. Johan Rojas is in Philadelphia. There is promotion this morning from the Fightin Phils to the Philadelphia Phillies. 8-2 Reading on top as the Fightin's bat here in the 8th. Swing and a miss from Stokes, and now the count is 2-2. Philadelphia in a bit of a pickle themselves right now in Citizens Bank Park. Down 8-3, batting in the bottom of the 9th. They do have the bases loaded. With Nick Castellanos off his all-star appearance at the plate for Philadelphia at Citizens Bank. This one outside, and Madison Stokes works another walk. On base for the 3rd time in this ballgame. 2nd walk that Guerrero has surrendered.
We talked about it earlier. It just felt like getting Madison Stokes back in that leadoff spot seems to be a position that he's comfortable in. And you've seen it tonight, a double, some other nice at-bats, hit some balls hard, works back-to-back walks. It's a spot that he likes to be in.
So that'll be Carlos De La Cruz. He's in a spot he likes to be in. That's the batter's box. He's 2 for 4 in the night. Single and a 2-run home run in 4 plate appearances. 2 for 4 in the night, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. One of the stats that you kind of forget about with De La Cruz, he's among the league leaders in runs scored as well. He scored 2 more in tonight's game as he fouls this one straight back, and he's quickly behind no balls and 2 strikes to Guerrero.
That was a screamer straight back towards the press box. Hopefully everything looks to be okay.
Swing and a miss there, and the off-speed pitch that De La Cruz could not time up. That's a strikeout and out number 1 here in the 8th. First strikeout for Guerrero since coming in. That'll bring up Matthew Kroon, who joined the home run parade his last time up. 1 for 3 on the night with a solo home run. Onto the pool deck in right field. And that's over for a called strike. Back to that point about De La Cruz. With his 2 runs scored tonight, he is now tied for Eastern League leaders with 56 runs scored, and he tied to some guy named Rojas, who is not going to get any more runs scored for the Reading Phillies for the foreseeable future.
Hopefully a lot of runs scored for the Philadelphia Phillies.
1 ball and 1 strike now to Matthew Kroon. With Stokes at first base, they don't really bother to hold Madison Stokes on in a 8-2 game. Swing and a miss. Stokes looking for another home run there with a healthy cut, comes up empty. And it's 1-2, 97 on the radar gun from Luis Guerrero. That one bounces up there, and it bounces away from Hickey. And that'll allow Madison Stokes to move up to second base on the wild pitch. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Matthew Kroon. Kroon with his 5th home run of the year. It seems like it's been a while for Matthew since he went out of the ballpark. But it was a line drive into right field. It's also his 38th RBI of the season. Takes that one for an over for a called strike 3, and he's a strikeout victim. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Guerrero. 2 down here in the 8th. That'll bring up Oliver Dunn. It's been one or the other for Oliver Dunn tonight. 2 doubles, 2 strikeouts. He's also scored a run. Man on second, 2 down. Bottom half of the 8th. Guerrero from the stretch. Again, fastball up high that Dunn can't catch up to. Oliver kind of slapping himself in the helmet, knowing he went out of the strike zone to chase that high fastball. That fouls this one out of play. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Oliver Dunn. 2 home runs from Barron Radcliffe and a home run each from Jalen Ortiz, Matthew Kroon, and Carlos De La Cruz tonight for the Phils. No 2 pitch, fouled out of play. So 5 home runs, 3 doubles. 8 of the 9 hits for the Phils tonight, extra base hits. I stand corrected, 6 home runs and 3 doubles. No singles tonight for the Phils, all extra base hits. As this pitch is inside to Dunn, it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 8 runs on 9 hits, and again, all of them extra base hits tonight for the Phils. Another one bounces up there. A good job this time by Hickey to keep it in front of him and makes Stokes stay put at second base, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Oliver Dunn. Outfield plays Dunn around the other way. Defense plays him to pull as a left-hand hitter. Outfield plays him the other way around. And Stokes drives this one to left center field. Pa Reyes goes back and look up. It's off the wall. Dunn has himself another double. He's going to try to turn this into 3, and he'll get there. RBI triple for Oliver Dunn, and it's now a 9-2 Fightin's game.
Oliver Dunn, 3 extra base hits tonight. That is his 3rd triple of the year and a 3 extra base hit for him as well.
His 44th RBI of the season, which keeps him up near the team lead. And now we're going to get a visit from pitching coach Sean Isaac is going to come out and have a word with Luis Guerrero. I give Oliver Dunn a ton of credit. We said it on both of his first two doubles. He was hustling all the way, and Pablo Reyes kind of took that one a little easy out in center field, and Oliver Dunn made him pay for it, turned a double into a triple. And now he's at third base, still with 2 outs and a run across for Jalen Ortiz. But first, a conversation on the mound.
Yeah, we saw Dunn kind of like stutter step around the bags and then finally turned the jets on and darted to third.
So Madison Stokes ends up scoring his 3rd run of the night. 9th for the Fightins. Jalen Ortiz, who's been on base twice tonight, including a 2-run home run, will stand at the plate. Again, power against power with Guerrero on the mound and Ortiz at the plate. Big swing, no contact. As Guerrero goes off speed there, and Ortiz out in front. Oliver Dunn will take his lead off of third. Foul tipped by Ortiz, and he's quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. So that open stance for Jalen Ortiz, I would be a very nervous base runner at third base, because if he really turns on a pitch and rips one down the third base line. Swing and a miss, however, he cannot catch up with a high fastball. And that will do it for the Phils in the 8th, but they put another run across. They do it on another extra base hit. We'll head to the 9th. It's winning time in Baseball Town. The Fightin' Phils 9, Portland 2.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phils fans, see an Our Phils road game, meet with an Our Phils player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phils road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phils in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phils player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phils fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken sandwiches,
The Alberta University
hamburgers,
Golden Wolves
hot
call the
dogs,
bullpen
corn,
for the
pasta
9th
salad,
inning. For the Fightin' Phils will be right-handed pitcher Carlos Francisco. Francisco called up a couple weeks ago from Jersey Shore, making his 5th appearance for the Fightins, 1-0 with a 1.80 earned run average. In 5 innings, he struck out 5 and he's walked 4. He's got himself a 9-2 advantage and 3 outs to obtain, as Portland will send Nathan Hickey, Blaze Jordan, and Matthew Lugo due up here in the 9th for the Sea Dogs. David Parkinson went 6. Noah Song went an inning and a third. Brett Schultz, a pretty solid 2/3 of an inning, as in 2/3 of an inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Faced 2 batters and struck them both out. Finishing up the 2nd inning started by Noah Song. And so it'll now be Carlos Francisco to try to get the final 3 outs for the Phils. Nathan Hickey leads off. Hickey 0 for 3 on the night. First pitch from Francisco, 93 miles an hour on the fastball that's up high. Tonight's PSECU game attendance here at FirstEnergy Stadium, 7,619 watching baseball here in Baseball Town. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in the state of Pennsylvania. 2 balls and no strikes now, as Francisco misses 2 straight out of the zone. And that one's over for a called strikes. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch, and foul tipped, as Hickey did get a piece of it. So it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nathan Hickey, starting catcher for the Portland Sea Dogs. 5th round draft pick of the Red Sox out of University of Florida in 2021. This one is outside. He's worked the count full. Hickey does have a ton of power. 9 home runs on the season to date. This one lifted into shallow center field. Carlos De La Cruz will call for it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the 9th. Wyomissing Restaurant and Bakery is pleased to offer 2 options for your dining pleasure, a menu with locally sourced delicious options and buffet meals for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner pleasure. Experience the best bakery in all of Berks County. Homemade bakery items include made-from-scratch challah bread, danishes, and a variety of scrumptious cupcakes. This pitch to Blaze Jordan is lifted foul and drifting back behind the backstop. Max McDowell takes off the mask, but it finds the seats. Dollars to Donuts at no restaurant in the area offers a variety of cakes, fruit pies, cream pies, cheesecakes, and homemade donuts. So Wyomissing Restaurant and Bakery and owner Oz Chaudhry do offer. They are proud 2023 Fightin' Phil's team feed partners. Carlos Francisco working to Blaze Jordan. Now in a 1-ball and a 1-strike count after he misses low on the second pitch. 1-1 pitch, tapped towards short. Casey Martin up with it on a tough hop. Throw again is high, and it will be over Ortiz's head. And another error for Casey Martin, his 2nd error of the night. Both of them throwing errors. Mentioned this on the first one. Very uncharacteristic for Casey Martin, who's made almost every play at shortstop since his call up from Lakewood. And the throws have been outstanding, but he's airmailed a couple of them tonight. And so Blaze Jordan is a 1-out base runner. 2nd error of the night for the Phils, and both of them from the shortstop as Matthew Lugo steps in. Lugo 0 for 3 of the night with a couple of strikeouts. Fightin' pitchers have punched out 14 so far in this night, with 1 out here in the 9th. And a curveball and a beauty from Francisco, and it's no balls and 2 strikes now to Lugo. Actually, probably more of a slider than a curve, to be more precise, from Francisco. No balls and 2 strikes to Lugo. Same pitch, try to get him to chase, but it's just off the outside corner. Lugo started and stopped, and it's now 1-2 to the designated hitter in the Sea Dog lineup tonight. That one's outside again. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blaze Jordan takes his lead off of first. Not going anywhere. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. D-Reich 3 as Lugo again is a strikeout victim. That is out number 2 in the 9th. First strike for Francisco since coming in. And that will turn it over now to Phillips Sykes. Sykes 1 for 3 of the night. He too has struck out a couple of times and also singled back in the 7th. 2 runs on just 5 hits for Portland, 9 runs on 10 for the Fightins. First pitch from Francisco is over on the outside corner on the fastball, and it's no balls and a strike to Phillips Sykes. This one fouled out of play, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Reading Fightin' Phils are now 1 strike away from being .500 for the first time on the season. A win tonight puts Reading at 6-6 in the second half. And Sykes will make the fans hang on a little bit longer as he fouls one out of play. Reading Fightin' Phil fans looking for the last out and for the start of the fireworks show to follow. I've seen a pretty good fireworks show during this game with the Phils hitting 6 home runs tonight. 1-2 pitch. And he fouls one back to the backstop and stays alive. Checks his swing there. He did not go around. count now 1-2 to Sykes. Swing and a miss, strike three. That will do it as the Sea Dogs go down here in the ninth. Carlos Francisco with back-to-back strikeouts to finish the job here in the ninth. For Portland in the ninth, no runs, no hits, one error, and one man left. And the Reading Fightin' Phils with the W tonight. They beat the Portland Sea Dogs by a final score of 9-2. We'll take a timeout back at the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network with our postgame show right after this.
Unlike any other area in FirstEnergy Stadium, the Savage 61 Dugout Suite puts you in the closest seat to the action on the field. Located just a few feet from the diamond on the first base side with covered seating, abilities of motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around. Your group will thank you over and over again for this one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite start at $27 and include options to add food and drink packages. The ProMax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks. In a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view of the visiting bullpen, regular season tickets are $34 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Welcome back to the postgame show where the Reading Fightin' Phils get the W tonight. They take care of the Portland Sea Dogs in game one of this series by a final score of 9-2. A little bit of everything on the good side tonight for the Phils. Good pitching and good hitting. Phils with some long ball tonight. 6 home runs in total as the Phils end up with 9 runs on 10 hits in tonight's game and a bunch of extra base hits for the Phils in the process as well. As we take a look now at how things unfolded tonight here in Baseball Town. David Parkinson got the start for the Fightin' Phils. The veteran left-hander was exceptional tonight for Reading. He ends up going 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts. Again, we mentioned this at the beginning of this game and throughout the appearance for Parkinson tonight. He has certainly got himself some kind of a hold on the Portland Sea Dogs. His best games tonight in the strikeout, or this season, in the strikeout column have all come against Portland. His 3 best outings in terms of strikeouts against Portland: 8, 9, and 10 strikeouts in his 3 appearances against Portland. He's not normally a high strikeout pitcher, but he is when he faces the Sea Dogs. And ultimately, Reading's pitching combined for 16 strikeouts in tonight's game and 2 walks. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that from the pitching side of things, and the hitting was pretty good too. Phils got it started in the first. Madison Stokes, leadoff man, doubled off the center field fence. Carlos De La Cruz dribbled one back through the middle for a base hit and an RBI, and the Phils led it by a score of 1-0. The long ball barrage began in the second as Baron Radcliffe, with 1 out in the second inning, rocked one off the top of the Redner's Event Center in right center field for his 3rd home run of the season, and it made it a 2-0 game in favor of the Fightins. Portland got its only run of the game against Parkinson, or excuse me, its first run of the game against Parkinson in the third. Tyler McDonough hit a double off the left center field fence, and Pablo Reyes followed that up with a base hit to make it a 2-1 game in favor of Reading. And then Portland got to Parkinson for one more, and it was Reyes again, the Boston Red Sox player on a injury rehab from the major leagues, with a home run, a bomb to left center field to tie the game at 2-2 in what turned out to be the final inning for Parkinson. He did work himself out of any further trouble in that sixth inning after the home run by Reyes and then the double by Nick York. Parkinson ended up getting himself 3 straight outs and got out of that inning with no further damage. And then Reading responded with a big bottom of the sixth inning, and that allows Parkinson to get the win. And here's what happened in the sixth inning. Oliver Dunn got it started with a double. Jalen Ortiz then hit a monster to left center field that just missed the Fromm radar gun sign and the pitch clock right into left center field, just to the left of the Redners Event Center. Jalen Ortiz with the 2-run home run, his second since rejoining Reading. And with that 2-run home run, the Phils' lead grew to 4-2, but they were not done because Barron Radcliffe came up again in the sixth inning, and he hit a line shot just over the pool in right field in the Reading Hospital Tower Health pool deck for a second home run of the night, his 4th home run of the season. And with the 3-run inning, the Phils' lead grew to 5-2. Reading was not done with the bats and the bombs in this game as they came back up again in the 7th inning. And again, Madison Stokes got it started with that leadoff walk. Carlos De La Cruz joined the home run party as he hit one up on the deck on right center field on the Redners Event Center, up on the pavilion, for his 17th home run of the season. 2-run home run gave him his 43rd and 44th RBI of the season, and it made the Phils' lead grow to by a 7-2 score. But they got another one right back with the next batter, Matthew Kroon, with a line drive that cleared the right field fence and up again onto the Reading Hospital Tower Health pool deck for his 5th home run of the season. Another 3-run inning for the Phils in the 7th made it an 8-2 game, and they added one more on for some more insurance in the 8th inning. And again, it was Stokes who got it started with a walk, went to second base on a wild pitch, and then Oliver Dunn brought him home with a triple up the left center field fence. For Dunn, his 3rd hit of the night, all of them extra base hits, 2 doubles and a triple, and an RBI to go along with it, his 44th RBI of the season. And the Phils had a 9-2 advantage. They turned things over to Carlos Francisco to get the final 3 outs, and he was able to do that around an error in the inning. Otherwise, it was a clean inning for Carlos Francisco. So the pitching line for Reading in this game, again, Parkinson goes 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 1 walk and 10 strikeouts. And then Noah Song on an injury rehab, the Rule 5 draft pick by the Phils from the Boston Red Sox, went an inning and a third tonight, gave up just 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Brett Schultz came in to finish off that 8th inning. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Brett Schultz. And then Carlos Francisco comes in to get the final 3 outs in the 9th, and 2 of those 3 were by way of strikeouts. So the Phils pitching in 9 innings gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and struck out 16. And again, the Phils bats come up with 10 hits, all of them extra base hits, 3 doubles, a triple, and 6 home runs for the Phils tonight. So they got great pitching, great starting pitching from Parkinson, good relief work from the three relievers out of the bullpen in Song, Schultz, and Francisco, and big bats up and down the lineup for Reading and the win in tonight's game. So the final numbers in this one for Reading: 9 runs on 10 hits. They committed 2 errors. They left 8 men on base. For Portland, 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. David Parkinson gets the win. He's now 4-4 on the season. Sterling Sharp suffers the loss for Portland. He is now 2-2 on the year. Time of the game tonight, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Played in front of 7,619 here in Baseball Town. The Phils and the Sea Dogs will be back at it tomorrow night. 6:45 is first pitch here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Tompkins Plaza gates will open up at 4:45. We'll be down on the plaza for our pregame show. We hope to have the manager, Al Padrique, on for our pregame show. Again, you can watch that live on Facebook Live and then hear it back if you miss it as our radio pregame show beginning at 6:30, as we'll have the call of the game for you here on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network at 6:45. Phils and Portland Sea Dogs in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Riff McGarry will get the start for the Fightins, and he will be faced by Grant Gambrell for the Portland Sea Dogs. Reading now 6-6 at 500 for the first time this season. Will obviously try to get to over 500 for the first time with their win tomorrow night. Portland drops to 10-3 on the season. The Sea Dogs' 4-game winning streak comes to an end. Again, 76-19, the attendance here tonight in Baseball Town, watching on another beautiful night for baseball here in Baseball Town. Fireworks show is just getting underway. Don't forget a Mega Blast fireworks show to follow tomorrow night's game here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And then the series will conclude on Sunday with a 5:15 first pitch. All fans in attendance on Sunday receive an Alec Boehm photo t-shirt. That will finish up the 3-game homestand, and the Phils will be on the road beginning on Tuesday and then back home here on Tuesday, July 25th. That is the immediate schedule coming up for the Reading Fightin' Phils. But the good news is the win tonight. Reading wins Game 1 of this series by a final score of 9-2. That will do it for our radio broadcast. For my colleague in the booth, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. As always, thank you for listening to Reading Fightin' Phils radio on the Reading Fightin' Phils radio network. Hope you'll do the same tomorrow night. Better yet, we'd love to see you here at the ballpark. Thanks for listening, everyone. The Phils with a win 9-2 over Portland tonight. We will see you and talk to you tomorrow night right back here in Baseball Town. Have a great night, everyone.